2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Portland Trail Blazers. Taking a look at the Trail Blazers, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor, and when did you know you were in for a big night?
Well, for me, it was just about getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either off the dribble or off the pass. So if I knew if I got to certain areas of the floor, I was going to be able to score.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. And with the road trip approaching, the Pacers will play the final game of their homestand. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference battle a season ago. They'd like to change that now.
Yeah, a quick two-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home building.
Well, looky here. We've got an interconference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Portland, we've got Chamberlain. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Smith. And it's McGinnis, and it's Pierce in at the small forward position. Now here's Schroeder. Justice Winslow missing his last shot. Teardrop shot, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Still Pacers ball.
And so here is Indiana. Lee with the ball. 8 points his last outing. There's a screen by McHale. Second chance shot. Indy, Lee drops it in.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Schroeder kicks to Pierce. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's an efficient start for them offensively, working it inside for the easy 2 points.
And Clark, that's what you like to duplicate time and time again for the rest of the game.
Now here's Doherty. 14 points from him the last game against Utah.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
There's the bucket. Good.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Now Schroeder. A 14-point game for him in the win against Atlanta. Pierce the pass to Chamberlain. And McGinnis kicks it over to Schroeder. 6 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. For 3, Smith. Chamberlain dishes to Pierce. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Smith the pass to Chamberlain. Here's McGinnis. 2 seconds left. McHale with some nice D. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Utah Jazz.
Just a terrific job closing that game out. And in the end, it turned out to be a relatively comfortable win.
Well, I thought they never stopped attacking, which was fun to see. They made certain there weren't going to be any last-minute miracles there.
So it's Portland now, after Indiana gets the 3. Here's McGinnis. It's rebounded by Indiana.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
Harden with it. Now Smith defending. There's a screen by McHale. There's Winslow. And the Pacers another three.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Now here's Pierce. An 11-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
First trip to the line for him here.
Paul Pierce.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. And it's the Pacers with the ball. Well, now let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Nate McMillan. Doris?
He talked about how they match up with a player like Paul Pierce, saying, you know, he's one of those guys who really does it all at a high level. Defend, score, you name it. I think defensively, we may look to double some and force other players to make shots. He's one of the greats. You enjoy the challenge of playing against him and just hope you can have enough to win. Guys, we'll see who carries the day.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Pacers leading by 4. Harden outside. Doherty with the screen on Smith. It's Harden with the drive. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
James Harden. Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good. James Harden. Harden hits them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Chamberlain a screen. To the paint. Doherty grabs the board.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Now the dish to Winslow. He kicks it to McHale. Chamberlain with the block. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Clock at 4. Harden. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong hit.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Pierce. Kicks it to Schroeder. A 3-ball. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate.
Harden kicks to Lee. Doherty high post. Goes up to the stripe. They get it back. The layup missed.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
There's the pass to Pierce. Good on the triple. Pierce has got 6.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Lee dishes to McHale. McHale missing again.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Schroeder with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Here's McGinnis. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Indiana leading McHale with a screen on Smith. There's Winslow. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Portland's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Portland shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, they're up towards the bottom of the league there. Last season, they only shot about 70%.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good for McGinnis. Gervin's checked in for James Harden. And a switch here also for Portland. J.J. Redick's checked in for Smith. And it's tied up with that one.
Indiana calls timeout. Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming to the court are your Pacers. All right, fans, that was your Pacers.
With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. Number 1, the Trailblazers.
You know, they went through stretches when they just didn't miss from beyond the arc. I mean, that carried them right to the top of that list.
Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against Atlanta.
And that was not an easy game for them. I mean, they barely hung on at the end of regulation before they were able to pull it out in overtime.
And it could turn out to be one of their biggest wins of the season. I mean, just because of the way they came through when it mattered most. That's clutch play that could serve them well going forward.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 6. And here's Pierce. Sinks that one from the post. Pierce has got 8 points. Now here's Lee. Passes to Winslow. Gervin up top. Shot clock at 5. They need this. Can't get it to go. Now Portland takes it the other way. Schroeder with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Schroeder passes to Pierce. And McHale pulls it down. McHale's got his 3rd rebound. Oh!
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Offensive rebound. Indiana's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Lee kicks to McHale. And stolen by Chamberlain. Pierce dishes to Schroeder. McGinnis against Doherty. And it's Schroeder missing.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
Dishes to Doherty. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Some changes for Indiana. Biyombo checks in for McHale, and it's Dang in for Winslow. The Pacers shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. That one falls for Doherty. Trailblazers trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And that one's good by Pierce.
just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Pacers have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Doherty, the screen. Lee outside. Gervin outside. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it fly from 18. Redick with the rebound.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
There's the screen. To the middle. Here's Marjanovic. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. The Pacers shooting to start this game off about 41% from the floor. Lee passes to Gervin. And Doherty kicks to Lee. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Lee's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today. The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And Gervin kicks to Lee. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Portland trailing here. Outside, Pierce. Pass to Schroeder for 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Oh, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Doherty, the screen. Dang against Pierce. 6 to shoot. Doherty with the screen on Pierce. Dang goes in, and he gets it to go. And it's a 3-point Pacer lead. Portland's gone 3 of 5 from 3-point land so far in the ballgame. Outside, Pierce. 1:25 left in the first quarter. Fades. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Pierce has got 12.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming to the court are your Pacers.
A chance here, Kevin, to check out how the Trailblazers ranked in the NBA last season. First in 3-point field goal percentage, first in second chance points, and they were number 2 in team rebounding. Everybody makes it a priority to get to both backboards, offensive and defensive.
And boy, can this team light it up from the perimeter. That off-the-charts 3-point percentage translates into a lot of blowout losses for their opponents.
And Indiana making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Lee outside. They set the pick. From downtown, here's Lopez, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Pacers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Lopez hits them both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Schroeder kicks to Teletovic. Pass to Schroeder. There's a good screen. Here's Marjanovic. And it's Biyombo with the rebound.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
They get it again. Trailblazers trail by 3. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Schroeder. He has 6. And Mahinmi with the stuff.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. Oh, what an amazing finish there. Just fearless and when he attacks the rim, and it's as if the big fella wasn't even there.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Pacers out in front. They lead by 1. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and having gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been. I think it's about where he's going, what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
Kevin McHale out there with Robin Lopez. Then it's Harden, then it's Dang, and it's Lee in at the point guard position. That's the Pacers 5. And both free throws good for James Harden. And so here's Portland. Schroeder passes to Smith. They get it again. Here's Mahinmi. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. Winslow's checked in for Indiana. Both shots good from the stripe. Indiana trailing here. There's a screen by McHale. There's Lee with the 3. The rebound by Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain got 3 rebounds now in this one. Schroeder kicks to Smith. Out to the right wing. Feeds it to Schroeder. Six on the shot clock. Back to Chamberlain. He dishes it to Redick. Puts it up. And it comes off the front of the rim.
awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Winslow's shot is off. Portland's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Smith dishes to Schroeder. Down low, poked loose. It's stolen by McHale. Pushing it up. And the jam by Harden.
You can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
Kicks to Smith. Shot clock at 6. Now the feed to Mahinmi. With this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. The Trailblazers third.
Well, I tell you what, Kevin, they never eased up on the boards throughout last season. I mean, they were tenacious. They persevered. They were aggressive. I mean, they went after the boards hard.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Paul Pierce is checked in for Portland. He doesn't get the second one. The Pacers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Winslow wide open. He fires. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Winslow's got his 3rd basket of the night. Chamberlain with a screen on Lee. Redick against Lee. Now here's Redick. Not a lot of room. Portland no good that time either.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
McHale passes to Harden. There's a screen by McHale. Harden no good. Portland trailing here. Redick with it. To the paint. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's the screen. And it's Lee penetrating. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Chamberlain got 5 rebounds tonight. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Now the dish to Mahinmi. He feeds it to Pierce. Portland moving the ball around. Chamberlain with a screen on Lee. Redick for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Lee outside. Harden sets the pick for Lee. Lee can't get that one to fall.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply. They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Here's Harden. No good, unable to end this run.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim. Another bucket in the paint, that's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And he gets it to go.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Outside Pierce.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming out of the court are your Pacers.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. Great showing for him last season. 4th in scoring, 16th in assists. And he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And clearly one of the dominant scorers we have in this league.
Indiana making some changes. Brad Daugherty is checked in for McHale. And Gervin subbed in for Lee. And a switch here also for Portland. McGinnis is checked in. Outside Pierce. He kicks to Chamberlain. 5 on the clock. Here's Smith. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Trailblazers have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Smith. Pacers trail by 6. And Gervin kicks to Daugherty. The pass to Harden. And again, it's Indiana converting.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Redick dishes to Pierce. There's the pick. To the paint. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Biyombo, he's checked in for the Pacers. Passes it to Redick. Pierce trying to break free. No good with the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Harden's to Gervin. Harden outside. In the corner, Winslow with it. Back to Harden. 6 to shoot. Here's Daugherty, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Here's Marjanovic, guarded by Harden. Now Redick. He has 6. Here's Marjanovic. Fader on the way. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. The Pacers making a switch here. Deng's checked in. The Pacers have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Biyombo, he nails it, and we're tied up.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Redick passes to Smith. The 3. Shot is off. So the Pacers will take it the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And Clark, while we have a moment, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. Fourth, James Harden.
Well, anytime you can be one of the best scorers in the league, that's special company and something you should be proud of. It's not easy to do on a consistent basis to be amongst the scoring leaders.
There's a screen. Pierce dishes to Redick. Four on the clock. And he gets the jumper to drop. Redick's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Shaked and baked with the crossover move, and that's what freed him for the score.
He got him on the wrong foot and then just blew by him.
And here is Gervin. 26 points for him last game against Utah. Harden can't hit. Redick against Harden. Now here's Redick. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Redick against Harden. Here's Doherty. 7 points in the game. Tries from 16. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Gervin.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Again, the Trailblazers score.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Indiana's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Back to Harden. Dishes it to Doherty. Redick with it. He's got 8. In the corner, Smith with it. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. And now a 6-point Portland lead.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
And now, let's hear it for your Pace.
A moment now to see the numbers for Luol Deng. Last season's performance for him put up about 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, great hustle, does all the little things. Just a good complimentary guy to have on your team.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Doherty. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for the Trailblazers. Dennis Schroeder comes in for J.J. Redick. And Harden wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. Portland leading by 6. Smith kicks it over to Schroeder. Pass to Teletovic. Portland moving the ball around. They set the pick. Schroeder passes to McGinnis.
Indiana foul call. James Harden.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Trailblazers.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And Indiana making a change here. Lee's checked in. And he's good on the second. Pacers trail by 7. Gervin outside. Now here's Biyombo. McGinnis covering.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that. Pretty. one-handed flush.
It's Biyombo with the rebound. And the Pacers with possession here. Right side, Lee. Pass to Lopez. Biyombo dishes to Lee. Lopez sets a screen for Lee. To the inside. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
Pacers have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
That's good from Lopez.
Here in the second quarter, they've made all of their shots from the foul line. And that's a must-do when you're down.
Smith on the wing, covered by Gervin. The 15-footer, and he knocks down the jumper. 8 points for Smith. Pacers trail by 4.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
Leads to Gervin. It's stolen by Smith. Can't get it to go. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Trailblazers lead by 4. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, James, an impressive first half for you. What allowed you to come out so strong?
Just trying to be aggressive, trying to get out early and give a little spark to my teammates. And they followed along. So, it's just a matter of us not turning the ball over and getting stops.
You're not a bad guy to follow, James. Thank you so much. Over to you guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. They had a nice burst of energy once they got to the second quarter and ended the half holding on to a 4-point lead. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, they were lighting it up from 3, and that was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
They played some solid team basketball, Arnie. Pretty good. They were sharing the ball. We saw some nice feeds, a lot of movement. It wasn't 5 individuals out there. It was one cohesive unit, and they got the assist to show for it. Their rhythm was nice.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Pierce playing very, very well. 15 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Trailblazers leading by 4. On the floor for Portland. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Smith. And it's Pierce. Then there's Chamberlain. And it's McGinnis in at the power forward position. And he gets it to go.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Lee outside. And Winslow now top of the key. 4 for 9 from the floor with that miss.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Smith in the post. He's guarded by McHale. 7-foot shot rejected by McHale. Smith against Lee. McHale passes to Winslow. Puts up the baby hook. Portland grabs the miss. Schroeder kicks to Pierce. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Lee outside. Feeds it to Gervin. Pocket 6. Out to the right wing. Here's Doherty. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. That's on Paul Pierce.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
And from a defensive standpoint, a good foul to save the dunk there.
The Pacers have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Doherty nails both of them. Portland leading by 6. Smith dishes to Schroeder. McGinnis with the screen on Lee. Schroeder passes to Chamberlain.
Indiana foul. That's his first personal.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And you know, that's not the kind of percentage any player wants to see next to his name at the end of the season.
And he sinks the second. Pacers trail by 7. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. McHale against McGinnis. 7-foot shot and too long on the shot.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Smith kicks to Chamberlain. Portland moving the ball around. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Trailblazers have made 9 free throws in the game. 14 attempts.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line. Pacers trail by 8. Lee outside. Doherty the screen. McHale left side. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
Portland's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming to the court are your Pacers.
How about a look at the Pacers and where they ranked in the NBA last season? 8th in fewest turnovers per game. 16th in second chance points. And for team steals, a little bit to be desired there. Just made it to the top 20 in the league.
And in terms of turnovers, I think the good ball handling and smart passes were really a key. Not a gaudy ranking, but no question, being in that top 10 helped them offensively.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now Lee, he has 7. Offline with his 3.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Uncovered. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Redick is checked in.
J.J. Redick.
Pacers trail by 6. Lee outside. Now here's Winslow. Defense right on him. To the inside. It's picked off. Schroeder passes to McGinnis. Pierce dishes to Chamberlain. Schroeder kicks to Redick. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Here's Schroeder, covered by Lee. Here's McGinnis. That's tipped.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Gervin. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Portland leading by 7. And here's Schroeder. He's got 8. It's Pierce on the wing. And there's the pass to McGinnis. Redick dishes to Pierce. Both teams deciding to change it up. It's Pierce on the wing. Clock at 6. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Redick, no good on the free throw. Chamberlain a screen. Fires the 3. Rebounded by McHale. McHale's got 9 rebounds now tonight. There's a screen by McHale. It's Harden with the drive. Here's Jokic. And the rejection by Mahinmi. Lee against Redick. Chamberlain with a screen on Lee. Now here's Redick. 9 points in the game so far. He dishes it to Mahinmi from 12 feet out. Here's Chamberlain, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Number 1, the Trailblazers.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
They set the pick. Lee passes to McHale. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one falls for McHale. Trailblazers leading by 8. Here's Pierce inside. Here's Chamberlain, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
To the paint, here's Harden. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Harden's got 14 points.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Shooting for Indiana, Lee. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That free throw from Lee is good.
Looking at the numbers for Lee, he's got 8 points and 7 assists.
And both free throws good for Lee.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
And Mahinmi with the stuff.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that
rim. Harden against Redick. It's Harden with the drive. Some solid defense from Chamberlain.
How about him there, just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot?
Definitely some very sound defense played on that trip.
Schroeder kicks to Chamberlain. Can't connect from short range.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
Here's Schroeder. He's got 8. They set the screen. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Schroeder's got 10.
perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
There's a screen by McHale. It's Harden with the drive. Harden missing again.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Outside, Pierce. Kicks to Chamberlain. There's the feed to Redick. 5 to shoot, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Biyombo is checked in for Indiana. Bang comes in for Winslow. Fades, and that one's good. Schroeder. Schroeder's got 4 this quarter.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Harden kicks to Dang. They set the pick. Right side, Lee. Here's Jokic, covered by Redick. Out to Lee. Shot clock at 3. From about 16. The rebound by Pierce.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Redick with it. He's picked up by Lee. Redick with the bucket. And now a 12-point Portland lead. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator, but I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
Robin Lopez is checked in for the Pacers. And a switch here also for Portland. Smith is checked in. The 3 from Harden. Biyombo kicks to Lopez. Harden outside. They set the pick. The dish to Biyombo. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Passes it to Teletovic. Dang against Pierce. Shot clock at 6. Here's Schroeder. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Pacers trail by 10. Here's Lee. Pierce with the rebound. Portland's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. Now here's Schroeder. Tight defense on him. Here's Marjanovic. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Luol Deng.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
At the line for the Pacers, Boban Marjanovic. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. Gervin's checked in for Lee. He hits both from the stripe. A minute 50 left in the third. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Shooting for Indiana, Robin Lopez. At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. McGinnis, who's checked in for Paul Pierce. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 1:42 left to play in the third. Schroeder passes to Teletovic. Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Harden. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
Well, he's fearless. I mean, there's nothing that concerns him. No matter what the matchup is, he's a guy that doesn't back down. He's beyond being intimidated.
Six on the shot clock. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. Harden's got 6 in the quarter.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Dishes to Teletovic. No good. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
But the margin of error is history.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
32 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Dang dishes to Lopez.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5.
2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Indiana making a change here. Doherty's checked in. And both free throws good for Lopez.
He's certainly been hitting well from the line, and those points do add up.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Puts it up from 12. Pacers with the rebound. Doherty's got his 4th rebound in this one. Smith against Harden. From deep three-point range, no good. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 8. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Pacers trail by 8. We've got Dang. Doherty out there with Kevin McHale. Then there's Gervin. And it's Harden in at the 2 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Dang kicks to Doherty. The jump hook. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Doherty's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Pacers. Portland leading by 6. Smith outside. Portland moving the ball around. He feeds it to Schroeder. 6 to shoot. McGinnis against McHale. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Winslow's checked in for Indiana.
Justice Winslow.
Redick with it, and it's Harden picking him up inside. McGinnis the pass to Chamberlain. Redick against Harden. Shot clock at 6. Redick dishes to Chamberlain. 11 feet away. And Winslow pulls it down. Pacers trail by 6. He kicks to Gervin. Pass to McHale. The shot is off. Now Portland takes it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to McGinnis. Doherty against Smith. Takes the turnaround Jay. Again, Chamberlain missing.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And the jam by Harden.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Feeds to Redick. The pass to McGinnis. Shoots. Hits the jump hook. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
On the wing, Harden. Covered by Redick. Harden gets the bucket.
That was the third straight high-percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Chamberlain a screen. Schroeder. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Look at what Schroeder has done so far. He has 14 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from Schroeder. Lee's checked in for Gervin. Paul Pierce is checked in for Portland. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Lee outside. That's tipped. And now in transition is Pierce. Here we go. No luck. Pacers trail by 6. Harden kicks to Lee. Back to Harden. To the middle. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
That's his 4th personal foul. At the line for your Pacers, Lee. 2 shots.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Lee.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Here's McGinnis. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Harden the pass to Winslow. Lets it go with a 3. A rebound by Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Chamberlain a screen. Passes it to McGinnis. And Winslow pulls it down.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Tries from 10. Doherty with the bucket. Doherty's got 4 points in the quarter.
Bad matchup for the defense, no doubt about it. Doesn't have the height to influence the shot there. Never mind block it.
Schroeder kicks to Pierce. Kevin McHale pulls it in. McHale's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Redick against Harden. He dishes it to Doherty. Fades away. Portland grabs the miss. Schroeder's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Redick dishes to Schroeder. Pierce against McHale. Outside Pierce. Kicks to Schroeder. Here's the 3. Shot is no good. Good D by Lee.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
There's a screen by McHale. There's Winslow. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Pierce kicks it over to Schroeder. McGinnis with the screen on Harden. Schroeder passes to McGinnis. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pierce inside the three-point line, and right through it goes. Pierce has got 21 in the game.
Paul Pierce with a sweet finish.
Lee dishes to McHale. Doherty the screen. Here's Harden on the wing. The feed now to McHale. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And now, let's hear it for your teammates.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Smith has checked in. Schroeder kicks to Pierce. There's the dish to Schroeder. Chamberlain a screen. There's a screen. Back to Pierce. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor.
There's a screen by McHale. Lee outside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Chamberlain got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's McGinnis. He sinks the 11-footer. Lee with the ball. Down low. It's tipped. Here's Doherty. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Here's the screen. They double up Pierce. Here's McGinnis. It's good, and he threw contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. The free throw's off from McGinnis. Pacers trail by 6. There's a screen by McHale. It's Harden with the drive. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Smith the pass to Schroeder. Chamberlain a screen. Here's McGinnis. Drills the elbow jumper. McGinnis has got 11 points here in just the second half.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
Lee dishes to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Again, the miss by Harden. Portland leading by 8. Schroeder kicks to Pierce. Pass to McGinnis. Fade away. Doherty grabs the board.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And the rejection by Smith. Now Schroeder dishes it to Pierce. Over to the left wing. Chamberlain a screen. Pierce is doubled. Baseline J on the way, and McHale pulls it down. McHale's got his 16th rebound on the night. And the basket by Harden. Portland leading. And here's Schroeder. Pierce, the pass to Schroeder. Back to Pierce. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Winslow. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Indiana, Justice Winslow. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Trailblazers leading by 5. Pierce kicks it over to Schroeder. Back to Pierce. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Pierce has got 4 points now in the quarter.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
And now, let's hear it for your Pace Mates.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Gentlemen, some late game adjustments that could prove crucial in the game's closing moments. Kevin, over to you.
And thanks for that story, Doris. McHale. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
So far in the game for McHale, he has 18 rebounds, and what a tear he's been rejecting shot after shot.
Clark, he has owned the paint.
And that one falls for McHale.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer. And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
1:53 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Chamberlain. Here's Smith. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
Nice game. Great performance by Paul Pierce.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
Harden dishes to Lee. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Harden kicks to McHale. Now here's Schroeder. He's covered closely, and it's sent back by McHale. Lee outside. Harden the pass to McHale. Fade away, and it's Paul Pierce with the rebound. Pierce has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Pass to McGinnis. Rebounded by McHale.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Harden dishes to McHale. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Here's the teardrop. It's good! And now they trail by just 4.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
The drive by Smith. And a missed layup.
Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Here's Lee. No good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier, and so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game. .23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Jordy, no luck.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts. 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now the pass to Deng. Lopez up top. He feeds it to Gervin. Over to the left wing. And here's Lee outside. Cannot hit. And so it's Portland winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to take a quick peek at our Jordan player of the game. He was the steady and reliable hand throughout the game tonight, stepping into more of a leadership role in this performance tonight. What'd you think, Shaq?
You know what, Ernie? I must admit it. I didn't see this kind of performance coming from him tonight. He's been coming off a stretch of game where he just looked lost out there. To see him turn around this quickly, it's a nice surprise. Play after play, he was getting after it, making plays, and making it look easy.
I think he came tonight with a specific intention, not to be outworked by anyone. He owned the glass and got great position time and time again. I just loved his energy.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.